My dear students, welcome to CMI's online classes. In today's class, in this video for the students of Standard 7, we are going to start the new chapter from our English grammar, chapter 10, non-finite verbs. That means in this chapter we are going to understand the another classification of verbs based on how they are used in sentences according to the function of words as the parts of speech they are used in sentences. Because here we are going to understand verbs being verbs are also used as the other parts of speech in sentences. Verbs they are used as verbs also as they are used to be functioned in sentences whenever they are used. That means if we go through the actual functions of verbs, verbs are changed. Verbs change their forms when there are changes in the number of subjects as well as there are changes in tenses. But here we are going to understand about the verbs that do not change their forms because they are not connected to the subject as well as the tense in sentences. Okay, so what are those verbs called that change according to the change in the number of subjects and change in tenses in sentences? And what are those verbs called which do not change their forms and which are used like other parts of speech in sentences? Like verbs being verbs are used as nouns. Verbs being verbs are used as adjectives. Not actually verbs depending upon how they function in sentences. So here we are going to understand non-finite verbs. But before understanding non-finite verbs, we have to understand finite verbs also. Okay. Verbs can be classified into two kinds based on how they are used as a word when they are function, depending upon how they function as the word or as the parts of speech. Okay, so here we have to complete an exercise given here as the warm-up section, in which it is written here, identify the non-finite verbs in these sentences. So I hope we are not able to do this exercise, we are not able to complete this exercise right now because we are quite unaware about what are non-finite verbs as well as what are finite verbs. Now let us understand what are finite verbs and what are non-finite verbs at first. At first, we will see the definition of non-finite verbs here. Because the topic is the non-finite verb, so here we have given we are given the definition of non-finite verbs only. But when we understand non-finite verbs, it becomes easier for us to understand finite verbs also. Let us see what non-finite verbs are. See, a non-finite verb is a form of verb that does not show tense and number in an independent clause or a sentence. So, did you understand what is said here? A non-finite verb is a form of verb that does not show tense or number in an independent clause or a sentence. So when we use verbs not as verbs, depending upon how they function in sentences, because we know that verbs change their forms in sentences, but non-finite verbs are not those verbs. Okay, because they do not show tense or number. That means those verbs that do not change their forms when there are changes in the number of subjects as well as changes in tenses, because they are not connected with the subject, they are not connected with the tense, rather they are used as the other parts of speech in sentences, like sometimes nouns and sometimes adjectives. If the verbs, being verbs, are used as nouns, that means they are used as the subject in the sentences or object in the sentences, because we know that nouns can be used as subject and object in sentences. तो नॉन फाइनाइट वर्ब्स वो वर्ब्स है जो अगर सेंटेंसेस पर सब्जेक्ट चेंज होते तब भी ये वर्ब्स चेंज नहीं होते, सेंटेंसेस पे टेंस चेंज होता है तब भी ये वर्ब्स चेंज नहीं होते हैं. ओके, तो इस तरीके के वर्ब को नॉन फाइनाइट वर्ब्स कहते हैं. ओके, सो नाउ इट इज क्लियर दैट व्हाट आर नॉन फाइनाइट वर्ब्स. देन व्हाट आर फाइनाइट वर्ब्स नाउ? Finite verbs are those verbs that change when there are change in the number of subjects and in changes in tenses also. जब verb, when the verbs are used as main verbs, here what we have to understand is finite verbs are used as the main verbs. Finite verbs are used as the main verbs. Okay, and these main verbs change when there are changes in the number of subjects as well as tenses. Okay, understood? If the verbs change according to the changes in the number of subjects and tenses, those verbs are called finite verbs. But if the verbs do not change according to the changes in the number of subjects and tenses, those verbs are called non-finite verbs. But how to identify non-finite verbs here? Let us see in this warm-up section. See here. Now see here. I love camping. What do I love? Camping. So here, the word camping is the before form of present participle form of the verb camp. Camp can be used both as a verb and noun. But here, the before form of the verb camping is used as the object of this sentence. I love what? If the word becomes the answer of what, अगर कोई भी word, अगर वो word जब हम what, if we ask the question what, if that word becomes the answer of the WH word what, then that word is understood to be used as noun. So here, I love camping. What do I love? Camping. So camping is used as a noun here, because it has been the answer of the WH word what. So here, I love camping. So camping is non-finite verb here. Camping is non-finite verb here. But if you read this sentence completely, we have finite verb also here. What is finite verb? Love. So love is V1. Why V1? Because the subject I is here. With subject I, we always use V1 form of the verb. Okay, so here love is the main verb here, and it is the finite verb here. Because when you use this, when you change the subject of this sentence is in simple present tense. Now when you change this sentence by changing the number of subject, it will become like, if you write he, it becomes he loves camping. See here, what have you noticed here? We have changed the subject, singular he, and the main verb is changed. Okay, here we have B1, but here we have B5. Why B5? It is in simple present tense. So subject is singular here. Subject is singular here. So loves, B5 is used. Okay. Now if you change this sentence into past tense, he loved camping. He loved camping. See here. What did he love? He loved camping. So here what we have understood, what we have noticed is the main verb has changed its form. Here when the subject is I, we have B1. Okay, if you write we also here, it becomes we love camping. Okay. He loves camping. She loves camping. Okay. But if you change it into past tense, he loved camping. I loved camping. Okay. So what is changing here? The main verb. Okay. But what is not changing here is the word camping, which is the B4 form of the verb camp. So ये verb होते हुए भी कहीं पर भी change नहीं हो रहा है, because it does not have the direct connection with the tense and the subject. Okay. It is independent. So here camping is non-finite verb. Why non-finite verb? Because when the tense changed, when the subject changed, only the main verbs changed. But this word camping remained same in all the sentences. So here camping is non-finite verb. Okay, understood? But here loves, love, loved. See, this verb is changed in each sentence. When I change the number of subject and when I change the tense, this verb is changing. Love, loves, loved or loved. So this verb here, the verb love is finite verb, but camping is non-finite verb. Okay. Now come to second sentence. Seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. If you see here, the word seeing and believing. What is believing? Seeing is believing. Okay. So both the seeing and believing. Seeing is the B4 form of the verb see. Believing is also the B4 form of the verb believe. But if you see here, these two verbs are used as nouns here. Here subject, because seeing is used as subject, believing is object. Okay. So both these words, though they are verb, but they are used as nouns here. One as subject and another as object. So here seeing and believing both are non-finite verbs. Okay. Now, if you see the third sentence, I want to go to Brazil. I want to go to Brazil. See here. If you change the subject, if you write we, it becomes we want to go to Brazil. If you change the sentence again, subject again, he, this sentence is in simple present tense, it becomes he wants. He wants to go to Brazil. Okay, that means here the main verb is changing its form. Okay, but if you see the verb to go will remain same. He wants to go to Brazil. If you change the tense also, he wanted to go to Brazil. I wanted to go to Brazil. So what is not being changed is the verb to go. Okay. So here want, wants, this is finite verb. Okay. Because it is changing its form when there is the change in the number of subject, as well as when I am changing the tense also. He wanted to go to Brazil. Now here what is changing? This main verb. Want, wants, wanted. So this is finite verb. Okay. What is not changing is to go. Here also to go. Here also to go. Okay. Here also to go. Here also to go. So the verbs here, to go is not changed in any case. So to go is non-finite verb. Okay. Now see here. I want to buy you a present. Okay. I want to buy you a present. I want. This is also in simple present tense. I want. Or if you change this, she wants. She wants to buy you a present. So here want is main verb and it is changing. If I am changing the number of subject and tense, if I change the tense, she wanted to buy you a present. What is not changing is to buy. So to buy is non-finite verb. Okay. Now see here. He had to leave urgently. He had to leave urgently. So if you see, if I change this tense, change the tense of this sentence, he has to leave urgently. He has. Had changed into has, present tense mein ho. If I write the sentence in present tense, it becomes has. But what is not changing? To leave. He has to leave urgently. Okay, so to leave is non-finite verb. Okay. We ate our roasted peanuts. We ate our roasted peanuts. So this is the main verb, ate. If I change it into simple present, we eat our roasted peanuts. Ate changed into eat. So this main verb is changing. So it is finite verb. But what is not changing? The word roasted. Roasted is the simple past form of the verb roast. However you change the number or tense of this sentence, this roasted verb roasted will remain same. And here this verb is used as an adjective because it defines the noun peanuts. What kind of peanuts? Roasted peanuts. So यहाँ पर roasted verb होते हुए भी ये adjective की तरह use हुआ है क्योंकि ये noun peanuts को describe कर रहे हैं. Understood? So here roasted is non-finite verb. Understood? Now I plan to clean my room today. So again, if you change this sentence, she plans to clean her room today. So plan is changing into plans. So this is finite verb. What is not changing is to clean. To clean is also a verb. But it is not changing. So it is a non-finite verb. Now see here. Another example. I stepped on the sleeping cat by mistake. Understood? What is the main verb here? Stepped. Okay. If I change this sentence into simple present, she steps. She steps. So steps change into steps. So here stepped verb is changing its form to steps. Okay. But what is not changing? She steps on the sleeping cat. Sleeping is also a verb, but it is not changing in any sentence. Okay. Understood? So here, being a verb, the word sleeping is used as an adjective because it is describing a cat, noun. Okay. So here, sleeping is a non-finite verb. So I hope you are able to identify all non-finite verbs here. Okay. Now let us see. In English, the non-finite verb forms are infinitives, participles and gerunds. These three are the kinds of non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs are of three kinds. They are infinitives, participles and gerunds. Okay. I hope you have understood finite verbs and non-finite verbs, and now you are able to identify finite verbs and non-finite verbs. Okay. Now we will understand these non-finite verbs in details by understanding each kind of non-finite verbs. What are the kinds of non-finite verbs? There are three kinds of non-finite verbs. They are infinitives, participles and gerunds. Now in our next video on the non-finite verbs, we will understand infinitive, participles and gerunds in detail. What are these? How to identify infinitives, participles and gerunds. How they are used in sentences being verbs. Okay, being verbs, how they are used in sentences as the other parts of speech. Okay, we will understand in detail in our next video. Okay, students, I hope you have understood the explanation of finite and non-finite verbs. So this much for today's class, this much for today's video. Thank you so much for being the part of my video, today's video. Thank you so much, students.